Hi there. We're just going to take you through the electrical side of things inside Molly. Okay, so the main important area to know is the control panel. So in the control panel, we have two banks of switches and we have a digital display. The digital display displays things like the battery charge and the amount of water and grey water, and you just cycle through. So this is a house battery, so that's the battery that powers all the systems inside the motorhome. This is a starter battery which starts the engine. This is a water tank level. These are indicative only. Don't trust it. If it says you got 25 litres left, you might have 25, you might have nothing, you might have 50. Just so don't trust that 100%. And this is your grey water tank, which is the wastewater from your shower and your sink and so forth. Again, it's indicative. Don't trust it. Both those tanks hold 200 litres. Okay. I recommend leaving it on this display here, where it's showing your house battery voltage and the charge. And that charge could be coming from the solar panels, or it could be coming from the mains. But it's good to keep an eye on the charge state of the battery, as we talk about in the manual. Okay, so here's your switches. So you've got switches for the lights, for the toilet operation, for the water pump, for the gas alarm, for the door locks, don't worry about that, for the cook ignition so you can light the stove, again lights, for the TV, for the stereo, for the range hood, for the DC outlets and the inverter. Okay, so you turn those on as you need them. There's also a switch here for the water heater, and that's to do the water heating via the gas. So, okay. So we're going to quickly run through the electrical gear as we go around the motorhome. So as you come in the habitation door, there's 4 switches here. The bottom switch operates a light down by the footwell, on and off. That switch there operates this front light in the main cabin. This switch here operates those 3 lights in the forward cabin. And this last switch operates the light going into the bedroom. Okay. Then just looking up into this cabinet here, we've got the stereo, and above that there's 2 USB outlets. Okay. Then moving around here, we've got lights like these little ones here, and it's just a little switch and you can change the direction of those little directional lights. Up here we have another couple of USB charging points. Over here we've got another 2 switches. Now these switches operate what's called the mood lighting, and you turn those on and you get these nice little lights appearing around the top there, for the front part of the cabin, and that one for the back part of the cabin. Okay, then we've got 2 electrical outlets there. These ones will only work when you're plugged into mains power. As for nearly all the power points, these are only of the mains power. The 2 ones down here, you can see they're labelled inverter. These ones will work when the inverter is running, and the inverter is something that you can use when you're off grid, and it converts some of the battery power into power for low power electrical appliances like maybe battery chargers and stick blender and that sort of thing. These are not intended for running toasters or electric kettles or anything like that from. Up in this cupboard here, this is your mains circuit breaker. If that is tripped out, you're not going to get any power when you're plugged in. So check that's not tripped out if you have an issue. You've got 3 switches here. The first one is a hot water cylinder, hot water switch. When you're on mains power and that's turned on, your hot water cylinder is going to heat up and you've got hot water. The next one is a fridge, to turn the fridge on and off from the mains. If you don't turn that on, then it won't work on mains. It'll only work on gas and 12 volt. Okay, this one here, you just don't touch. Okay, then moving around into the bedroom. Just down here, you've got another 2 230 volt outlets that only work when you're plugged in. And then there's 2 more USB chargers here. The light switches on either side of the bed. The back switch here operates the mood lighting. The middle switch operates the 2 overhead lights. And the third switch operates the light outside the toilet. And it's the same on the other side. Then moving into the toilet, just a little bit more to go here. There's another power point there that will only work when you're plugged into mains. Here you've got 3 switches. Top switch again operates the mood lighting at the top. Next switch down operates these 2 lights. And the bottom switch operates the light inside the shower, because you can't have switches inside a wet area. And that pretty much sums up the electrical gear inside the motorhome.